Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Academy of Soul Manifestation. We are here for a very special lesson today because we are gathered at our retreat in Mexico with so many of these dear people who have been with us in this first year, sharing the Academy, awakening and opening their I Am consciousness. And we have had quite a weekend together, haven't we? Say hi, everybody. Hi. All right. Just so you know, we're here. And this is the second to the last lesson in the first year. And we're so grateful to have this chance to come together at this time to share the fruits of this last year and everything that has happened. And as always, I love when we can come together and record these lessons because it adds so much to hear from you. Not only for the people who are in this particular class, but for all the classes to come. I mean, I envision the Academy continuing for many years, and for there to be people for many years who are awakening through this process of soul manifestation. So you guys, those who are sitting in front of me, you guys are the first of many, so it's wonderful to have you here to share your inspiration. And today, as you know, we are talking about that third pillar of soul coaching. We started with surrender, the first pillar, which is my willingness to give up, to surrender completely, to realize that I don't know anything, that I need to ask for help for everything. Today's Course in Miracles lesson was, I do not know what anything is for. And that really describes surrender beautifully. Because it's true, I really don't know. When I am in that ego small mind, I may think I know what things are for, but in the end, all of those things, what I believe, are there to serve me. It's all about self-interest. And yet, nothing that I assign to self-interest is real, is meaningful, is lasting. It has to be surrendered into the all so that everything flows into soul interest. And so that beginning step of surrender, of not knowing, of asking for help, being like a child, so that I can be shown the highest route to I Am consciousness. So surrendering is like an emptying. It's like we empty ourselves. And we can't just stay empty. We need to be refilled with inspiration, with all of the gifts of spirit so that we can serve, so that we can be truly helpful, as we said a few lessons ago. And so that's where trust comes in, the second pillar. Now that I have emptied myself, I have to trust that I will be filled by something new. And you also can't put new wine into old wineskins. Do you remember that old saying from the Gospels? We have to be transformed. We can't put this new wine or this new inspiration into those old vessels that have just been serving our own interest. We have to be transformed. That's why a lot of you have been experiencing an energetic transformation. You've been feeling physical changes, emotional changes. Many different things have been going on in your life that we can attribute to this awakening. It's basically getting new wineskin so that this new inspiration can fill you and it can find a home in you. So when we surrender, we then trust that the Holy Spirit does know what we need, does know how we can be of highest service, and then we begin to be refilled. And then there comes a point in which this surrender and trust come together, where they merge as one. And when that happens, we experience divine gratitude, the third pillar. Now, gratitude can be looked at in lots of different ways. There's ordinary gratitude, which is also very important, for us to just be grateful for everything that happens every moment. I mean, if you don't know what anything is for, then you can be grateful for everything, no matter how it shows up. You know, there are lots of times in all of our lives where things happen and they don't seem real fun at the time, but we look back later and say, there was a lot to be grateful for because that transformation brought me many gifts. I was just sharing with the group a few minutes ago that this academy wouldn't be happening if I had not made a choice, which I think was one of the most powerful choices of my life, to make a movie called Redwood Highway. And I realized going in that it was a risk, but I didn't realize that, just how hard it is to make money when you're releasing movies in a traditional way. So I realized, well, I'm going to lose probably most of this money. So I need to do something else. And that's where the academy was born from. So if it wasn't for that loss, you could say, there wouldn't have been this gain. We've had lots of examples of that right here at the retreat. There's one member of our retreat who went through a loss yesterday, and yet she has found great gifts in that. There have been awakenings and openings for her. And I'm sure that we can all relate to that in our own way. Times in which things have happened lead us into greater openings. And so that's why, even in an ordinary sense, we should be grateful for everything. But this fusing of surrender and trust into divine gratitude is something a little bit different. It's like ordinary gratitude on steroids. When gratitude just overflows from us in an extraordinary sense. So maybe we could say there's ordinary gratitude and extraordinary gratitude. When we become so filled with the Spirit, as I know a lot of you have been feeling here at the retreat, that it just overflows from us constantly. We are like a waterfall of grace, and that energy is constantly moving through us and being offered back to humanity. And all we can feel for that is gratitude, because we're doing the thing that we set out to do from the very beginning, to honor my highest soul calling. Each one of us came into manifestation here with a soul mission, a soul calling. And even though the details of that soul calling will be different for all of us, the basic foundation of it will be the same, that we are here to serve the Spirit of truth and I am consciousness and the awakening of humanity. You each said yes to that because you wanted to be a soul coach. You may not have even really known what a soul coach was at the time you said that yes. You may still be wondering how that's going to manifest in your life, but you know that you are here on purpose, that this is what your soul has been calling you to. So this is what extraordinary gratitude brings us into. The fusing of surrender and trust brings us into this state of gratitude where we are constantly overflowing, and then constant, remarkable joy is the result. We find ourselves just so filled with that overwhelming joy every moment because we are fulfilling our soul's highest desire, to serve. Does that make sense? I mean, I think a lot of us are feeling it here at the retreat. I know so. Maybe all of us. I know that in your own life you've been feeling this as you've gone deeper and deeper and felt this awakening. That extraordinary gratitude has just been bounding out of you. So ordinary gratitude and extraordinary gratitude, but ultimately the fusing of that surrender and trust, bringing us into a state of gratitude like peace that the world cannot understand. I mean, you're going to be in situations where there may be stuff going on and people just find you to be so remarkably cheerful, and they're going to say, how can you be so filled with joy and gratitude over this? And you'll tell them, because I don't know what anything is for. Therefore, I'm grateful for everything. You see how those two things lead right together? I'm grateful for everything because the one thing that I do know is that everything is conspiring. Everything in the universe conspires to bring me to this place of grace. And I trust that explicitly. So, each one of you over the course of this last year have been preparing in different ways for your soul ministry. For some of you, you've already begun practicing. You've been working with people, even if it's just in informal ways. You've been working with people, getting used to applying some of these tools to a coaching practice. Others have been doing the same thing, but in a moment-to-moment ministerial manner. And obviously, all of us are doing that because being a soul coach is a moment-to-moment ministry. But we can add to that something more organized if we want. So what I've done is I've asked everybody here at the retreat to ponder a question, or not a question, but a statement of fact. And that statement was, I am grateful for Spirit, what was it? Using me in this way. Thank you, they had to remind me. I am grateful for Spirit using me in this way. Now notice that it begins with an I am statement. So we're immediately empowering this with the name of God. I am grateful. We're going to allow that extraordinary gratitude to roll into this statement and into this experience. I am grateful for the way that Spirit is using me here. Is that right? Okay. Using it in this way. My mind is mush after this amazing retreat, and I can't hold a thought. But that's a good thing. So what I'm going to do you guys mind if we just go around in a circle? Tim's the lucky one to start. So I'm just going to have everyone come and sit here with me next to the microphone. And then and after Tim is going to be Ken, who some of you won't recognize his voice, but he is actually Diane Thomas's husband, and he's been with us here the entire time, so he'll be coming up next. But Tim, why don't you go ahead, begin with that phrase, and then just share with us for a tiny bit what the answer is.
I am grateful for Spirit using me in showing love to I work in the Forest Postal Code in Canada, and Spirit has shown me to love these people. And in return, I get far more love from those people back to me than I give. And I am extremely grateful for Spirit teaching me this lesson.
Thank you, Tim. Tim is actually a really great example of how this ministry can be applied right to what you're doing already. Being a lawyer, working as a public defender in Vancouver. I mean, working with people that might be very challenging at times, but to see the Christ in them, to be grateful for every single one of them that is in front of him, and to serve them in a legal sense while knowing that there is another level of service that he's offering that they may not necessarily know consciously, but they respond to by feeling the love and giving it right back to you. I think that's a great example of how we don't necessarily need to change what we're doing now. We just apply the consciousness to what we're doing now. So Ken?
I am grateful for the Spirit using me to be a better example, a better father, a better parent, and to not only help myself, because I know that I can only reap what I sow, by becoming a better man, a better mentor, and a better guide for my son, and the great influence that he'll have in many lives in the future.
Thank you, Ken. Beautiful. And now Eve.
Thank you. I am grateful for Spirit using me in the lessons that I have learned through my journey of life, that I can share those lessons, share those experiences to others who have probably experienced the same, but felt they were alone, felt they couldn't talk to anybody, didn't have those feelings. And I'm also grateful to be able to share the gifts that I have received, because I don't need anything more in my life. I have everything I need, and I am so supported that I can give now to those who need and teach through dance, through energy, and share the I am love wherever I am out, and how that will manifest in a job or a life coach or soul coach position. I don't know yet, and I'm trusting. I know that I've been guided here, and I am forever grateful for that opportunity.
Beautiful. Thank you, Eve. As we're sitting here doing that, sharing this in a way, I'm looking at Tim, who, my experience of Tim during the whole year has been really great. The conversations we've had over the year have been great, but I didn't realize just what a character he is until this weekend. And as we're sitting here, I'm looking first at his shirt that says at the top, I am here. which is the highest statement of what we're doing. I am here. God is here. Of course, below it, it says, what does it say? What are your other two wishes? And there's a picture of a genie. I am here. What are your other two wishes? So I just thought I'd share just part of the joy we've experienced here this weekend. All right, so now Sharon Rose, what would you like to share?
That's a great segue to being grateful for Spirit for allowing me to be here and be fully present and experience surrender and trust and the grace of being able to be present and have that flow through me and then overflow in each moment. And then also to watch and see how that manifests as what I've been calling my work in the world and my service. So at this moment, back home, it's a community where families bring their children, young children, and it's become a community experience, and it really is in that moment. And with young children, that's where they are in that moment. So it's been a teaching for me. They've taught me to be as an adult in the moment with my adult mind, but they're always in the moment. So if I want to be with them, I need to be in this present moment. So it's been really a blessing for me to be at the hub of this community for families. And at the same time, I've been able to bring in heart language as a language of compassion and with the intention of connection. So in offering that as something to the adults in this community, this is actually a great segue to be offering individual or family or couple soul coaching and communication from the heart. So from out of that, it's a good start. It could blossom into more of a soul coaching way of interacting with people, being present for them and holding that space for them so that they can find this gift of grace and presence within themselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon Rose. And next we'll have Janet. Janet is now making her way to the microphone.
Thank
And
you.
Here she is.
Thank you. I am grateful for Spirit using me to extend incredible peace, love, and joy to all those sent to me who are open to hear the message or hear the planted seed for thought. I am grateful for Spirit's blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, dear one. And now for the ever-joyful Teresa. Come on up.
I don't have to say this now, because it's a joy, is it? Okay. I am grateful for Spirit using me and sharing contagious childhood joy to all I meet, so others watching me want to know, how can one live in such joy amongst all the pain and suffering, which can open the door to the truth of illusion, the way, and the light.
Thank you. And now for another one of the great characters of our academy. Welcome, Fran. Fantastic.
That's Fran the Fantastic. Thank you very much. I am most grateful for Spirit using me as a child. And if you think of a child, an innocent child, say like 5 years old, a child trusts that it will have what is needed. It respects authority, which in my case, that would be my guides and the Holy Spirit, that you just do as you're told. So I don't have to think about anything anymore. I am just open to the presence, and literally I do as I'm told. Go here now, say this, be this, do this. Whatever it is, I really don't care. I really don't care. And I have to insert the expression I've been using since I came here, now that it's finally getting understood. Today is a good day to die. That means that today is so perfect. This group is so perfect. The air is so perfect that I have now done it all. And if I happen to leave right now, I haven't missed a thing. It's been done.
Yes. Today is a good day to die to that lower self and to awaken to the higher self. because there is no true death, because the lower self is just an illusion anyway. So now we are going to welcome Lara to the microphone. Come and sit down.
Hello. I am so grateful that God has restored my childlike mind, and things become very humorous sometimes. I can find humor in almost anything, and my gifts with this, I would say, are having to work with children and animals and anyone who needs to heal their heart. I don't know if there's going to be an organized practice in my future. I have no plans for it. If it happens, if I see a door that opens, I will go through. But I have no agenda.
Right.
I just like living in the moment and doing the ministry of the moment, and that's my thing.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lara. And now for Sue. Come on up.
Oh, in the hot seat now. I am so grateful for Spirit using me as an instrument of love and peace, and that I can share that energy with everyone that I meet. And I do have a practice with clients, and I am shifting from life coaching to soul coaching, and they just blend beautifully. And I'm excited to see if that expands, and if not, it's still, the moment is perfect. As Fran said, it's a good day to die.
Thank you. All right. Now Diane is making her way to the microphone. You can hear the sound of all the children playing in the background and all the beautiful noise of this lovely place where we've been having this retreat. Hi, Diane.
Hi, thank you. I am grateful for Spirit using me in this way to be and share the wisdom of the moment by being present, surrendering and trusting to Spirit, and extending that love, joy, and peace to everyone and everything I come in contact with.
So it is.
So it is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now, George. Everybody knows George. He's going to sit down next and share with us what he's grateful for in his service.
I am so grateful for Spirit expressing itself through me in all ways, whether it's formal or moment to moment. But the biggest thing, I know, is my church and my congregation, because it's not something I ever wanted to do, but Spirit has me here. The mission that I had last year for our center was awakening to the I Am Presence, and I changed it this year to connecting to the I Am Presence. And so I give talks about it, and it's a wonderful place to be in, just to allow Spirit to speak through me. The other formal part that I have is I do mediation for child custody cases, so I have parents that I'm working with and teaching them how to be co-parents with one another, and bringing in soul information to these people about how to love each other still, how to be co-parents, how to be there for their child. And moment to moment, however Spirit wants me to be, that's what I'm going to be.
Beautiful. Thank you, George. All right. Now, Diane. Diane number 1, Diane number 2, Diane number only is coming up. Hi.
Hi. I'm grateful for Spirit moving through me as a channel for the love that comes through. It channels through me words and guidance to people in both in the moment. I have a client practice, so it channels through me those that come to me for guidance. And I always bring in those people that come to me for guidance, because that actually are what I need as well. And so we connect, and Spirit moves through me so that I get to hear it too. And also through my teachings. So I'm working through that too. So Spirit has always guided me and will continue to do so.
Thank you. Now for Ginny.
The church bells ring.
Yeah, and the church bells ring in the distance. Yes. Welcome, Ginny. That's Ginny's cue, yes. Why don't you lean forward a little bit?
All right. I am grateful for Spirit using me and for using me to extend His love and His grace as a minister of the moment in my store and to everyone I meet. I have the opportunity to meet many types of people from all over the world. I live in a tourist town, and they come into my store, and I just feel like God has given me such a great gift that I'm able to touch everyone that comes into that store and to extend that I am presence to them, and also to use this in my healing practice as well, in the guidance that I give and any of the healing work that I provide to my clients. So I feel that this is very powerful for me, and I'm so grateful for that.
Thank you, Ginny. Now Bernadette is going to share what she is most grateful for right now.
Bernie's okay.
I just said that for those who
I know.
weren't at the retreat who don't know who Bernie is.
That's right, yeah. I'm so happy and thankful for Spirit working through me in the most magnificent way of love, a larger love. As I have been working through the lessons and learning and stretching and growing and meeting wonderful people, my heart's connected with everyone from the group that we're with, that we've been working with for a year now, and James and his journeys, and lots of learning and love and joy and peace. And so I've created a business where I know my strength is in networking with people and like-minded people and raising my conscious awareness and assisting others to raise theirs. And I work streamlining with others. So I've had great people, lovely souls connect with me to work together and create a retreat. And trying to figure out what the name of that retreat was really cool. And I looked for everyone else to tell me, what do you think, what do you think? And part of this course helped me to go within. And I have gone within. And God and myself worked together, and I was awakened to the name is Agape. And for me, that's so significant, and it is so relevant to the world around us, and to love is all, and it's just so wonderful. So I live on a tropical island, and Agape Holistic Retreat is the name that I chose, and it's really, really wonderful. So through that, I'm finding connections and love everywhere and service everywhere. And my awakening just in the last 2 weeks was to be an ambassador for a wonderful individual in Uganda who's working with grandmothers that are caring for children that have albino children, and they're used for sacrifice, and it's unreal that happens in this world. And so grandmothers are making beautiful necklaces, and just today, Jenny and I had a great conversation, and she happens to own a store. So together, I know nothing about this, but I'm stepping up to work and to be active in any way I can, because it feels right. And so Michael is a star in my world, and Michael Sabati is his name, and he's a teacher for these children, and he holds. So through the activity of this retreat, I want to touch so many lives through God's love and light. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Bernie. And I just want to also finally say that I'm very grateful for every single one who is in this academy right now, whoever will be part of the academy. I want to especially thank Cheryl Hebert, who is not with us, but we all know how much she has brought to this program. She's brought things that I was not able to bring, concrete lessons on what coaching is all about. So I'm just so grateful that she felt the call to share with all of you, and I'm very grateful that she was with us during this year, and hopefully always will be. I'm grateful for Angela, my daughter, who has been a huge help to me in making sure you guys are taken care of, and she's going to have someone else to take care of pretty soon, because you all know that, well, those of you who are here in this year, 2015, know that she's pregnant and going to have a little baby. So we're excited about that. I'm very grateful to welcome this new soul into the world and to share this, from the time she is born, and to see what light she can bring to the world. And as I said before, I am grateful for this moment, because in the end, that's really what it is all about, to be grateful for this moment exactly as it is. Right now, this moment is amazing, but every moment is amazing, no matter how it shows up, whether it's challenging or joyful or smooth or rocky. To feel that gratitude, because we're constantly surrendering, we're constantly trusting. And when we're constantly surrendering, trusting, and in gratitude, Spirit can use us. And that's what we're really here for, to be used by the Holy Spirit. I bet you never thought that being used would be so fun. But when you're being used by God, that's the ultimate, because we are instruments of peace. An instrument cannot play itself, but it can allow itself to be played. So I'm going to do something here at the very end, which I haven't done before, but I'm going to ask those of you who are in the room, and even if you're just listening, to join me in this. I'm going to go over here, leave the microphone for 1 second, and grab my guitar. So I'll be right back. All right. So we're going to share a final prayer, which you all know. We are here to be instruments of peace. So even if you know some of the words, I want you to join me, and of course on the chorus. Whether you're listening to this recording or here with me live, I want to feel your voices and your commitment, your surrender and your trust, and of course your gratitude. Oh Lord, I am an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, I am your love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, your faith. And where there is despair, I am your hope. Where there is darkness, I am your light. Where there is sadness, I am your joy. Everyone. Oh, divine Master, grant that we may not see to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. I am now your instrument, beloved. For it is in giving that we receive, in pardoning that we are pardoned, and in dying to ourselves that we live. Oh Lord, am an instrument of your peace. Oh Lord, I am an instrument of your peace. Oh Lord, I am an instrument of your peace, of your peace. Oh Lord, I am an instrument of your peace. Keep that going nice and loud.